and I aren't working together. We're not a team.
Only to be caught by Steel and slams her into the mat. Josh Glade, so distraught. He is, oh, come on! Has Lola locked in a Steiner recliner. Lola's tapping, that's it, that's it. Cutting has handcuffed Glade to the ring post, repeatedly smashing Lola's face into the mat. And there is nothing Josh Glade can do. He is literally bound to the ring post.
That she has reversed the decision. Therefore, the winner of this contest is Lola.
Chango doesn't need anybody. Bro, I was bored. All right, that's it. I come here every week to whip someone's ass.
In a 2-on-3 tag match against Andy. Oh! These two colossi are knocking each other cold enough to skate on. Punchline! A stalled out F-bomb. And Chango goes for the cover. That's it, folks. Are we about to see possibly one of the greatest teams ever birthed right here? Yes, look at that. A big old hug. No, what? You've got to be kidding me. What? Filter truly is all business. Welcome to the Gateway in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm the Cicerone, Lauren Gardner, calling the action today here on this episode of Devotion Championship Wrestling. Tonight, a match as if it was made for a daytime talk show. Otto Clutch takes on his biological father, Tombstone Judas. In our main event, William Cutting will defend his DCW Championship against the man he attacked with a slapjack and handcuffed to the ring post just last week, Josh Glade. But first, in our opening bout, spilling out of the betrayal from last week's main event, Chango takes on Filter, and that starts now. Chango has never been one to back away from a fight, as we saw just a couple of weeks ago when he took on all of Antifa in a street fight all by himself. But right off the bat, these two really get into it and start going after each other. Ref Izzy has called for the bell, and it has sounded. And after initial flurry of fists, Filter now slams down Chango into the mat. Now, this is a last man standing bout, so the only way to win is by knockout, meaning that your opponent is not able to answer a 10 count. Ref Izzy now up to 3 on the count. Chango feeling the effects of Filter from the get-go with his full force. Filter not even allowing the 10 count to finish, realizing that Chango was just going to make use of that 10 count, and rightfully so. Pitched out of the ring right into the Chango fan section. And all of this, again, spinning in from supposed betrayal of Filter to Chango, but I don't know if Filter has ever not been who he's been the entire time. It's like the parable of the frog and the scorpion. Filter's always going to be a scorpion. And since last week, I think we can truly see that Chango has learned from this allegorical lesson as he strikes back, sending Filter to get some rest out in front of the ring. But Chango in hot pursuit now, met with a boot right to the breadbasket. Filter now rams the Mad Showman into the ring post. Again, this is a last man standing, so there is no disqualification, and countouts could take place outside of the ring. So Ref Izzy follows in suit. Oh my broken carpal bones. Chango dodges out of the way just as Filter swings that ham hock into the ring post. Chango looking to do even more damage now to Filter's tender hand. Chango, the seasoned vet that he is, seeing Filter on his heels now, is going to do something big. He is going to try and seal the deal here, slamming the big dog into the mat. Tells Ref Izzy to count him, and she administers the first count marked up for Chango. And I guess we have to say, shame on us for being duped into biting onto that hook that Filter threw out into the pond, because I, for one, I thought that Filter was ready to play ball. He was ready to work with Chango. But the big dog has taught us that he doesn't learn new tricks. But Chango is not pulling any new tricks out of the bag for himself. He is just doing what has worked for him time and time again, using the tools at hand when necessary. And necessary right now are fists to the side of the head. I believe that Filter grossly underestimated what he was going to encounter with Chango. Chango is not one to sleep on. Sleeping Filter is not doing. He is side slamming the Mad Showman into the mat. And this right here is why Filter is such a dangerous competitor. We've seen all the effort that Chango has put in to putting the big dog down thus far. And Filter executes one move, and the tables turn that quickly. He doesn't exude any more energy than is necessary, and that which he does exude is absolutely devastating. The referee now up to 6. Chango to his feet. The big dog, oh my Dick Murdoch! Filter levels Chango with a massive Western lariat. Filter now steps over the top rope. Oh no, this does not bode well for anyone. I don't know if our ring has enough support to take any type of aerial maneuver from the big dog. Paying no heed, he goes up there to the top rope, goes for a rolling senton, and the wily Chango gets out of the way, and Filter ends up devastating himself. Trip to the chiropractor I see in his future. But it's those type of high-risk maneuvers that we always see in last man standing matches, because it is those high impact, those most devastating of maneuvers that can actually keep someone down for a 10 count. And as Izzy now gets up to a 3 going on 4 count, the devoted faithful clearly rallying around Chango. He's calling for the clothesline. Not good enough, folks. He needs another take. The call and response from the devoted faithful. The clothesline from Chango, not enough to put down the big dog. A third now, still not enough. Filter not wasting any energy at all with a low blow. Low indeed. But it does the deed, and down goes the Mad Showman. If there's anything that can keep someone down, it's a shot below the equator. I'm afraid this definitely could be it for Chango, as he is struggling to, I can only imagine, hear any count in his ears at all with the pain he's enduring. Filter, who had momentarily stepped out of the ring, comes back in, not looking to put a fine point on it at all, but an F-bomb downing Chango, and Ref Izzy starts the count again. Look at Filter. I've said it before, this man is all business. So confident is Filter that he now turns his back on the Mad Showman. Now up to an 8 count if Chango's gonna do it. 9, this is it, folks. Chango doesn't do it. Filter is the last man standing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Filter!
Leading up to the family feud of a match that is next, we caught up earlier today with Tombstone Judas.
What's the matter, Otto? You having daddy issues? Let me tell you something, kid. I got children up and down this country. I don't give a damn about them. What makes you think you'd be any different? Oh, you think I owe you something? I gave you life. You owe me. You want to whine and cry about not getting some support? Well, get a damn job, you ingrate. But let me tell you something, son. You wanted Daddy to come home? Well, tonight, Daddy's coming home.
A match that is truly worthy of Maury Povich's attention, folks. This is Tombstone Jesus going up against his biological son, Otto Von Clutch. Of course, as always, for the Prophets of Destruction outside the ring, the self-proclaimed savior to professional wrestling, the MK Bandit, Matthew Robles. MK giving his disciple some last-minute advice. Let's see if it pays off for him in this family feud of a match. Tombstone goes in for a headlock. Otto counters with a go-behind, and Tombstone gets out. Tombstone now complaining to referee Ian that Otto grabbed his hair. I didn't see it. Not a whole lot of hair to grab unless he's grabbing for the chest hair, that is. Now another quick go-behind and into a rear waist lock. Tombstone trying to break that, throws an elbow, now is able to get the hands apart and twist Otto right over onto his back. Classic Tombstone as he works the shoulder of his son, his opponent, flips him back over again, and MK's happy about it.
Wrestling!
Letting the devoted faithful know that they are witnessing greatness in true wrestling from Tombstone Jesus. Tombstone looking to go in for a Hapkido-style Z armbar, but smartly done. Otto rolls through. Tombstone gets his leg up on the rope. Referee Ian doing his job indeed, not easily executed when you've got MK causing havoc on the outside of the ring. Into a collar and elbow tie-up go the father and son of this match. Tombstone has got his left arm hooked back around the neck, looking to put on a side headlock. Otto doing a great job of defending against that side headlock, throwing a few stiff forearms. Tombstone gets it, takes over Otto, but loses mat control. Looking to take a shortcut here. Tombstone not worried about losing mat control when he's got, of course, MK in his back pocket. Oh gosh, dang it. I swear the only time that I've ever seen MK with hand sanitizer is when he's been spraying it in someone's eyes. So you can go blind, that's pure alcohol. Holy osteoarthritis. Tombstone is going to need to see a physician after this match. He hit that steel ring post dead on. Oh man, forcing the pain out of his mind. Tombstone realizing that he might be falling behind is taking advantage of the vision impaired Otto as he drops down onto his knee. Otto throws in a mean crossface and now goes into a barbed wire crossface hook. Words spilling out of the ring as if they were coming directly off of an episode of Donahue. Tombstone looks to go for a cover, but Otto is able to roll Tombstone through with him. This is an interesting point. We don't see a lot of mat tactics from Otto Von Clutch, but he has done a great job thus far in the match, but it's hard to defend against an elbow drop like that right onto the patella. And then he cranks that ankle around. Otto looking to try and shed Tombstone off of his back. Yes, and now Von Clutch hooks Tombstone's neck in the crook of his knee. Tombstone escapes, gets to his feet, and then drops another elbow onto Otto's patella. Tombstone has got something in mind right now as he's dragging Otto to the front corner of the ring. Drops another elbow right onto that injured left patella. Oh no. No, don't do this. No. MK with the assist on a quick speed racer, but Otto's misfortune is only beginning. Like a pretzel, Tombstone cranks on that already vulnerable and I can only imagine injured patella, and Otto Von Clutch is in a bad way. Tombstone not finished yet. Does, some more damage. Not only to the patella, but to the hip flexor as well. Otto is not faring well thus far, and tip of the hat to MK, have to hand it to him. He manipulates every rule, every blindside imaginably possible in every single match. And now that he's no longer pestering ref Ian, Tombstone gets back to action in the ring, pitches Otto into the corner, looks to splash on Otto. Otto gets out of the way, gets a dazed Tombstone into a sidewalk slam, puts him down. Is Otto gonna go for the cover? 2, no, not yet. Not ready to finish things. Getting some Yabra Cadabra magic in here, folks. Remember the name, that's O-double-T-O, Von Clutch. Surfing here in February, and he's doing it, hanging 10 on, MK's got Ref Ian by the collar as Otto drops the hang 10 elbow right into the back of, no. The Prophets of Destruction's dark disciple comes in with the brass knucks across Otto's occipital lobe. Daddy might have come home, but he's made the neighbor boy do his dirty work and take out the trash. Coming to, Tombstone goes for the cover. 2, that's it, folks. Another win for the Prophets.
Your winner, Tombstone Judas!
Folks, I wish that we had a palate cleanser that we could give you before we go to a quick commercial break, but instead of giving the Prophets any more TV time than they most assuredly do not deserve, we have the DCW Heavyweight Champion waiting backstage.
Hey, stupid. How many times are we gonna do this, huh? How many times? You are far too pathetic of a meat sack to be world champion. Do you even know the stress that comes with this? The hard work, the politics that I have to go through to make sure this stays with me? You would probably curl up into a ball with your little dolly before your music even hit. So tonight, I prove just how pathetic you are. Tonight, I send you back to the loony bin. And tonight, you sleep with the fishes. Capiche?
Cutting defends his title against Josh Glade next.
Now I will kill you.
I'd like to begin with a fact. A simple yet shocking fact. It is this. A flood tide of filth is engulfing our country in the form of cavemen, females, and by he-males, animals. Male and female alike are hardened in cynical contempt of human life and values. And thus the grotesque costuming and several persons inflicting pain upon the other. Yet much of this material has been described as an illustrated, detailed course in crime and violence. This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit. An invitation even is extended to come join the fun. But through this salacious material, these abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children. What you have just seen is not the worst material available, and yet even this required editing to make it suitable to be shown in this film. The vast majority of this material is too obscene to show.
And that right there, folks, is what it is all about. Held high above Ref Ian's head, the DCW Heavyweight Championship. Glade, no doubt, frustrated after being attacked by cutting during Lola and Steele's match last week, in which Glade was the victim of not only being beaten by a slapjack, but also being handcuffed to the ring post. A clear size and strength advantage in Glade's corner tonight as he tosses the champion around like a rag doll, but to Cutting's credit, he's able to hold on, avoiding being pitched by the not-so-gentle giant. Glade apparently going to adhere to the count from ref Ian. A very fitting statement from William Cutting. For him, size has no bearing on how big or how small someone is, and it's all about the notoriety, the status that determines one's true, or in this case, relevant size. Cutting looking to roll up Glade, but Glade has clearly got a strong grip on the corner. Goes for a standing bonsai drop, but nobody's home. Cutting back to his feet, delivers a basement dropkick, and Glade now slow to his feet. Cutting in anticipation, catches, and gives a neck breaker to Glade, who's in the middle of the ring, goes for the cover, not even one. Glade has got something to prove today, and it's all about squashing his former, I don't even know how to describe their former relationship other than his former exploiter. As Glade is on his knees, the two are almost eye to eye, and Cutting trying to bring him back down off of his knee. Goes for a second discus lariat, but is caught. Oh, a stiff kick right into Cutting's knee, followed up by a DDT. Right now, the champ is feeling good. Rolls over the big man, goes for the cover. One is all he's able to get. And it's interesting tonight that we don't see Lola out here cheering on Josh Glade. Normally, the two are always supporting each other, lifting each other up. But after the beating that she took last week from Steele, when Steele repeatedly smashed her head into the mat over and over, I can only speculate that she is still recuperating from that. Cutting with a clinch on Glade's sternocleidomastoid, now drops a midnight to 6 elbow right on Glade's clavicle, all the while whispering taunts to the man without whom Cutting would have no championship. Let's not forget how he won that championship after Glade had attacked Manny Lemons, and then Cutting shadily eliminated them both from the Battle Royal. Glade with a devastating headbutt has the champion reeling. Has Glade been able to switch over his gas tank to the reserve? He comes in with a big lariat, squashing the champion into the corner, and a hammer fist into the middle of the champ's back. Cutting at a disadvantage to his normal tactics, not having a weapon to use on Glade, is now subject to the big man's hands as he brings the champion over into the ring and smashes his head into the turnbuckle. But Cutting will do whatever he can get away with, and right now it's gouging, putting both of his thumbs into Glade's eyes. No doubt that Cutting would just call that the champion's advantage. And after a series of attacks to Glade's head, Cutting delivers a headbutt, looking to put down the dazed monster with a back elbow. Glade on his back, he gets into position. Two on that one. He is getting closer, but he is yet to seal the deal and secure his future as a continued DCW champion. Now grabbing Glade, and he's got the butcher's hooks in, facing away from the referee, buys him some time, and just pulling on the masseter muscles in Glade's face. Now into a legal chin lock, wrenching on that neck again of Glade. Those quick movements can be very dangerous, not only to the muscles, but also to the nerves and spine. Cutting making full use of his 5 count after Glade gets to safety and reprieve at the ropes. Normally, I would say that a match like this, the longer it went on, the more it would favor Cutting, but Glade is so unpredictable, you never know what he is capable of at any point in a match. Cutting looking to go for another DDT, but Glade hooks Cutting's neck and now raises him high into the air in a beautiful, stalled out vertical suplex, bringing the champ crashing down. Clearly he has done some serious damage to Cutting, but has he expended the last vestiges of energy that he had in that attack? the devoted faithful rallying around Josh Glade to get him back on his feet, fighting for them just as much as he's fighting for Lola, for himself, for anyone who has been bullied by someone like William Cut. Oh, what is this? Time and time again, she tells us that she and Cutting are not. And now, here comes Lola. Lola comes out to the ring and now jumps on Steele's back. With a tight grip around her neck, she brings down the larger. Wait a second, what is. Chango? Chango and Filter have just spilled out into the arena. If they spilled out into the arena, I can only oh my goodness. Glade now scoops up Cutting, goes for the power slam, he delivers it, but as Filter has entered the ring, the referee is trying to regain some, oh no, Filter now takes the big man and puts Glade down into the mat. His finisher aptly named the F-bomb. Well, that's what's going on right now here in the ring. Cutting now crawls over and goes for the cover. That's it, folks. What a mess.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still Demotion Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, William Cut.
Whether it was by design or sheer chance, the cards tonight lined up completely in the favor of the DCW Heavyweight Champion, William Cutting. Weeks ago, I speculated that I thought we were in for a dark reign under this new champion, and thus far, I've been proven right. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of DCW, I'm Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone. Until next time, stay devoted.
Now I will kill you.